Are you ready to explore the world of mysteries?
Hello, mystery lovers. Today we're taking you on a journey to one of the greatest and most puzzling disappearances in history, the Roanoke Colony. In 1590, an English settlement located on what is now the coast of North Carolina in the United States disappeared without a trace. Known as the Lost Colony, this event still remains unsolved over 400 years later. Where did the colonists go? What did the Croatoan inscription they left behind mean? Was it supernatural forces or the dark side of humanity that was responsible for this tragedy? Let's try to uncover this deep mystery in history together. If you're ready, we're traveling back in time. Imagine you're in the year 1587. You've set sail from England, crossing the wild ocean waves with a group of brave people hoping to create a new world on the American continent. This is an attempt to write a new beginning in human history. But things don't go as planned. There's not a single trace left behind. No letters, no explanation, nothing. Just a mysterious word carved into a tree, Croatoan. So, where did these people really disappear to? And what is the true story behind this disappearance? Brace yourself, because this tale will pull you into a breathtaking mystery. The Roanoke Colony was established on Roanoke Island, located in today's North Carolina along the Atlantic coast. Surrounded by forests, this island was a new hope for the English. However, its isolated nature left the colonists to face the harshness of nature and the struggle for survival on their own. The island was rich in natural resources, but that didn't make life any easier. Tropical storms, sudden powerful winds, and harsh weather conditions made survival difficult. The English colonists relied on help from the native Croatoan people, but the relationships were not always peaceful. The beginning of the Roanoke Colony. The story of the Roanoke Colony began with Queen Elizabeth's desire to conquer the New World. Funded by Sir Walter Raleigh, this adventure saw John White appointed as the leader, and he arrived with a group of around 115 people on Roanoke Island. Despite the harsh conditions and food shortages, the colonists remained hopeful. But their peace didn't last long. Famine spread, and relations with the natives became increasingly tense. John White had to return to England to bring help. When he returned 3 years later, he found a ghost town. The people, homes, and even belongings were gone, as though they had never been there at all. Croatoan, a cryptic message. The only thing left behind by the colonists was the word Croatoan carved into a tree. But what did this mean? White believed that the word referred to the Croatoan island, where a local tribe resided. However, due to storms and a lack of supplies, he was never able to investigate the island. The word Croatoan remained a puzzle, still hiding the fate of the colony. Integration with the natives. Did they disappear peacefully? One of the most plausible theories about the fate of the Roanoke Colony is that the colonists may have joined forces with the Croatoan tribe to survive. Imagine the harsh conditions of the time: hunger, thirst, and constant danger. It wasn't easy for a small group of people to survive in the New World. Perhaps the colonists tried to escape this struggle by uniting with the Croatoan people. But could this story be as simple as it seems? The Croatoan people were known as a wise and peaceful tribe among the natives of the region. There are some small signs that the colonists may have integrated into their culture. Archaeological findings on the island show traces of European influence. However, these signs are sparse and fragmented. There's no concrete evidence that the colonists truly joined with the tribe. Furthermore, the earlier relations between the English and the Croatoan people weren't always friendly. Therefore, it's possible that the colonists were not warmly received by the tribe, making their peaceful integration more complicated than we might think. Instead of a peaceful union, some speculate that the colonists may have been assimilated by the tribe, effectively erased both culturally and physically. Union or annihilation. A darker side of this integration theory is also discussed among historians. If the colonists really did unite with the Croatoan tribe, why did no traces of them appear in the tribe's culture or traditions? Perhaps the colonists adapted so well to the Croatoan way of life that they completely lost their identity. But another question arises. Could such a cultural transformation make a group of people completely invisible? The colonists' genetic legacy or European traditions should have somehow survived over the centuries. Yet, there is no tangible evidence of this to date. Did they really stay with them? Another possibility is that the colonists only stayed briefly with the Croatoan people. Perhaps after helping the colonists, the Croatoans guided them to another place. But even in this case, the questions don't stop. Where was this other place? And what happened there? Delving deeper, it's possible that there were factions within the Croatoan tribe that opposed this union. Perhaps there was conflict between the colonists and the tribe, which led to the brief nature of their peaceful union. Some rumors suggest that the Croatoan leaders feared the colonists might bring disease and tried to push them off the island. Intriguing missing links. As we focus on this theory, another gap appears. If the colonists did indeed join the Croatoan tribe, why didn't their leader, John White, find any trace of them upon his return? The lack of a message for help, a map, or a detailed note makes the integration theory seem possibly flawed. What bothers many the most is the word Croatoan carved into the tree. Was this a cry for help? Or was it a warning left by the Croatoan people? Some researchers suggest that this word might have been carved by the tribe, not the colonists. Supernatural forces, a curse? The disappearance of the Roanoke Colony has been etched in history as a story that challenges the boundaries of reason. This mystery, which intrigues the human mind, has been attempted to be explained not only by physical theories, but also by supernatural forces. Could it have been a curse, a spiritual punishment, or perhaps beings from another world? Could it really be possible? The word Croatoan stands out as the darkest and most unresolved corner of this story. This word carved into a tree. Was it just an ordinary message, or was it a deliberate sign? Even more eerie is that this word has appeared in various historical events. The curse of Croatoan. Some theories suggest that the word Croatoan might not just be a place name. It could represent a powerful curse. It is proposed that the native people punished the colonists for trespassing on sacred land. Was this punishment carried out through a supernatural ritual? Perhaps the Croatoan tribe chose to erase the colonists from this world rather than sparing their lives. According to legends, Croatoan Island was controlled by an ancient spirit or a vengeful force of nature. This force would never allow the sacred land to be desecrated. Could this force have responded by completely annihilating the Roanoke people? Records from the time about native rituals hint at the possibility of this theory, but all these claims lack solid evidence. Edgar Allan Poe and the Croatoan connection. The influence of the word Croatoan doesn't seem to be limited to Roanoke. The story's connection to famous writer Edgar Allan Poe deepens the mystery. Poe was reportedly muttering the word Croatoan to those visiting him shortly before his death. But how did Poe know this word? Was it just a coincidence? Or did Poe have access to some dark knowledge about the Roanoke mystery? The fact that this word was one of his last utterances strengthens the belief that Croatoan might carry a cursed effect. Aliens and abduction theories. One of the most extreme supernatural theories is that the Roanoke colonists were abducted by aliens. The sudden disappearance of a group of people without leaving any trace, which cannot be explained by the technology or human intervention of the time, opens the door to such speculations. Why exactly Roanoke? Perhaps this area was a special experiment zone chosen by aliens. The way the colonists vanished overnight suggests a supernatural intervention. Strange lights in the sky, weird sounds, or people disappearing without a trace. These types of explanations only deepen the mystery of the colony. A dimension shift? Another fantastical theory is that the colonists might have passed into another dimension. Was the word Croatoan the key to some kind of door? Did this door transport the colonists to another reality? Legends propose that the area surrounding Croatoan Island was a thin boundary, meaning it could be a passage between our world and another dimension. Those who crossed this boundary could never return. Perhaps the Roanoke people answered an unknown call and became trapped in another dimension forever. Intriguing coincidences. The mystery of the word Croatoan is also linked to other disappearances. It's claimed that in the 20th century, a missing sailor left behind a note saying Croatoan. Such rumors reinforce the idea that the word might be cursed or a key to another world. A mystery beyond time and space. Maybe the Roanoke Colony is doomed to remain an unsolved mystery forever. But this story is not just about a disappearance. It is also a struggle that pushes the boundaries of human capability. A saga filled with hope and tragedy. What do you think happened to the colonists? Was Croatoan a cry for help or a farewell message? Perhaps this mystery will one day emerge from the dusty pages of history and continue to surprise us. We look forward to your comments and theories. Remember, this story will deepen even further with you. If you enjoy these kinds of mysterious stories, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. In our upcoming videos, we'll continue to explore the most fascinating secrets of history and the world. See you in the next video.